Shotguns could be the bane of every Call of Duty player, but I have to be perfectly honest here and admit that they can be an absolute blast to use. But using them definitely means you've got to deal with some serious compromises, and I haven't always been able to accept those problems in the past. So, unlike in all the previous Call of Duties I've played, in Black Ops 3 I've actually weapon level maxed all of them. The KRM-262, the 205 Brecci, the Haymaker 12 and the dreaded Argus. Argus? All in the name of finding out which is the best, and of course whether running a shotgun as your primary weapon is a viable tactic in Team Deathmatch in Black Ops 3. As I've said, I've maxed all the shotguns and amassed 750 kills, and my first conclusion is that although shotguns are fun, if you play mainly Team Deathmatch and probably free-for-all and have a mostly boots on the ground type of playstyle, in other words you're not wall running and boost jumping everywhere, I'd say it's very difficult to run just a shotgun no matter what attachment and perks you have. The lack of range means that unless you're up close you are at a serious disadvantage to almost any other gun class in the game, and that can be very frustrating. If you are going to be running a shotgun as your primary, it's all about closing that distance down to your enemies as fast as possible. Not staying out in the open, making use of wall running and boosting to stay out of their line of sight until you're on top of them. Or you could also creep around and then ambush them, which I quite like doing. I do believe, however, that shotguns make amazing secondaries if you use the overkill perk, and in fact I'll go as far to say that from now on I will always have a shotgun equipped class with probably the KN-44 assault rifle as the primary, because on certain maps like Exodus and Stronghold and Combine, a shotgun is very, very useful in close quarters to clear out and defend the smaller rooms. So, in reverse order of my favourites, I'd have to say that the KRM-262 and the Argus are my least favourite shotguns to use. Sure, they're a one-hit kill up close or when aiming down the sights, but if you miss that first shot, you've had it. And with the reload time being so long on both guns, even with quickfire, you'll be outclassed by almost any other type of gun in the game. My KD ratio over 205 kills with the KRM-262 was a lowly 0.69, a very poor performance, and with the Argus it was just slightly better at 0.84 from 198 kills, but that's still not too great. Now, just because I've struggled with these two shotguns doesn't mean that you will, and I'm a pretty inaccurate player, so that'll be a big reason why I would miss so many of those first shots, but I can safely say that after doing this exercise I probably won't use those guns again. If you do want to use them though, be super aggressive and rush, but do it by flanking and wall running, and so you can get out of people's line of sight, and it is so satisfying when that works. My two favourite shotguns to run, however, are the Haymaker 12 and the 205 Brecci. With the Haymaker, I manage the KD ratio of 0.92 from 198 kills, and you have to know that this gun is so much fun to use and the most forgiving of the shotguns, simply because of its amazing fast rate of fire. The Haymaker is a fully automatic shotgun, so you just run into a room and hold that trigger down. You don't really have to aim down the sights, just pummel your opponents with a hail of pellets and watch them die. I found it very effective to use the Haymaker on Exodus to clear out the rooms in the middle, and then if you check your minimap to see which direction the enemies are coming from, you can just hang around at the top of the stairs, and as soon as you hear them getting close, just rush down, firing as you go, and you'll clear them out. The best shotgun though has to be the 205 Brecci. With this beast I actually got a positive KD of 1.02 from 183 kills, but most importantly I had the most fun with this shotgun. The Brecci is semi-automatic, so you've got to pull the trigger for every shot, but it's a fast firing and it's more powerful than the Haymaker, so although it's a two-shot kill up close, you do have the safety net of that fast fire rate, so if you miss the odd shot, you'll still be blasting your enemy again before they have time to recover. As I said, at the beginning, I'd always recommend shotguns as a secondary by using the overkill perk. And depending on the gun, and you've got to play around with this yourself, but I'll probably just add extended mags to the Haymaker and rapid fire to the Brecci, because remember that with these guns you're mostly shooting from the hip, so there's no need for optics or lots of fancy attachments. So there we go. In my opinion, the 205 Brecci semi-automatic is the best shotgun in Black Ops 3, and you should always have a class ready with the Brecci, probably paired with a KN-44, and you've got a very effective tool for dominating maps like Exodus and Stronghold. But don't count out the Haymaker either. You may find that suits your playstyle, and again, it's a really forgiving weapon that will have you smiling from ear to ear as you blast your enemies to smithereens. That's enough from me. Hit like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you'd like to see more of the same. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.